Okay, some of it's he's losing his balance. Some of it is him knowing how to draw fouls at a high level.
If Shai is allowed to use his off arm, you hope they'll allow us to at least have some impact with his body. It goes both ways. But that being said, the guy's so hard to guard regardless because he is a foul artist. He's an amazing player.
He's a great free throw shooter. 5 of 7, so he's taken 7 free throws already in 4.5 minutes.
It's a reason NBA Twitter likes to call him the free throw merchant, Mike.
It's so frustrating to play this team because they foul a ton. They really do. They foul all the time. And then, you can't really touch Shai.
All right, so once again, the game of basketball is being ruined, and this time it's at the hands of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the referees, and somebody has to say something about it. Let me state for the record, I don't have a bone to pick in a fight. I'm fine with either the Thunder or the Wolves making it to the finals. I'm also on record, even though Jokic is my favorite player, I'm also on record. I believe I said it in one of my lives on this channel, and I've also been saying it in real life. For those of you who know me in real life, I've been saying for a while that I hope the Thunder advance to the Western Conference Finals to play the Wolves, because I just think it'll be a much better series as opposed to the Nuggets. Because I personally believe that the Nuggets was the Thunder's biggest threat, even though they didn't have enough depth. Because I believe Jokic is just that good of a player. But I'm going to tell you just how bad the way Shai plays the game sometimes. Incredible player, man. I brag on him often. But the way he plays the game, I'm going to tell you how bad it's gotten. I literally watched Jokic in the last series. He had to manipulate his game just so his team can have a chance. What do I mean? He had to exacerbate just about any contact that he received, because we all know in the playoffs they're going to allow you to be more physical with a lot of no calls. We like, from a fan's perspective, we like that. We want to see some hooping. Now it's time to show if you really hooping. Can you make some tough shots? Can you play now? If you're being just deliberately fouled, that's different. But can you play through these tough times throughout the game? You're gonna have to show us. All that flopping and welling, you're gonna have to leave that in the regular season. Show us. Jokic, literally every game by game, I watched him pick up the way in which he exacerbate the contact because they weren't calling it. He's this 7-footer. Alex Caruso and these other people are much smaller than him, so he should be able to deal with it. Meanwhile, you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who heavily reminds me of, 2017 James Harden. What do I mean? Not only is 2017 James Harden one of the best scorers in NBA history, you can't say that he's trash. You can't even say that he's not clutch. He's showing us that he's clutch. He makes tough shots. He makes step backs. Incredible basketball to watch. Killer crossover, dope handles. In every other game with double-digit assists. You can't say that the man is trash. His conditioning was in place, but then there's something else about James Harden's game that made it very cringy and very hard for people to watch it. And it was James Harden, which is why at the time when people like Kendrick Perkins and some of these other people calling this dude arguably the greatest scorer in the NBA, man, don't you ever disrespect Kobe Bryant like that. Man, don't you ever disrespect Michael Jordan like that. Don't. And I'm just them two alone, because there's a difference. Kobe, as we know, wasn't ever one of the most efficient basketball players. So, but why do so many people still love him? If he was a quote-unquote ball hog, if he was a quote-unquote efficient basketball player, watch his game, you'll understand why. There was an art and a science to the way that he played. He gave it his all. It was raw skill and talent that you watched. When you're watching people like 2017 James Harden and 2024 and 2025 SGA, again, SGA is a great player. When you're watching him play the game, it's ruining basketball, dude. Nobody wants to watch the crap he was doing last night. He started off the game, I promise y'all, SGA had 3 foul calls in a row.
He's a great free throw shooter. 5 of 7, so he's taken 7 free throws already in 4.5 minutes.
It's a reason NBA Twitter likes to call him the free throw merchant, Mike.
Here's the problem. Because I'm actually on this channel defending. He has the reputation of being free throw merchant. People calling him that. The infamous clip of them chanting that to him at the free throw line. He smiles it off. But it's deeper than that. Because I actually defended and said, let's actually analyze, is Shai actually being fouled? In many cases, wait for it, he is being fouled, people. But the argument that I made in that video, here's the problem. A lot of NBA players deal with the same contact. Here's where Shai takes it to another level. Last night, I'm watching the game. This man was, which a lot of his games, people don't like to talk about it, especially people who pick SGA to win MVP. They feel like they can't be critical of him, watching him do the same thing we're watching him do, but they can't say anything about it because they've defended the fact that he should win MVP over Jokic, which is absolutely ludicrous. Everybody knows that Jokic should win, but that's besides the fact. It's not even about a Jokic versus SGA comparison because I like both players. Which, by the way, in the last series against the Nuggets, especially when the Thunder were down, SGA, who's closer to the younger side, and his team is definitely one of the youngest in the NBA, to watch his poise and composure and maturity when they were down 2-1 and going back to Denver and was potentially about to be down 3-1, to watch him come to that podium and talk about this is the way of life. You're up, you're down, the highs and the lows. We didn't do everything, we didn't execute tonight. We have an opportunity to come back next game and answer. I know that this is the way life goes, and I'm totally comfortable. I was like, bro, I respect this dude so much. He reminded me of Kobe when he responded that way. That's something Kobe would say. Kobe's not going to make excuses and whine and die. None of that. None of that. I respected him for it. But listen to me. When you come into a game, bro, literally 3 plays in a row, SGA comes down. A lot of SGA's game, not all of them. He's very inefficient, especially when he plays elite defensive teams like the Wolves. He's very inefficient. Last night, going into the half, I believe he was like 2 for 12. He missed 10 shots or 9 shots and only made 2 of them. Then when you consider the fact that he still had 12 points, you say, what, on 2 shots? Yes. He went to the free throw line like 6 times. Like 6 times in the first half. 3 of those 6 times was 3 possessions in a row. He comes down court, comes off a screen. He's not even looking to score the ball, y'all. He's looking for contact and willing out. Bro, all right, cool. You did it once. Next possession. Elite defense again. Okay, I know how I'm going to bail myself out. Does it again. The amount of times in the Nuggets Thunder series and also just last night against the Wolves in game 1 alone, the amount of times that there were surprisingly no calls in the Nuggets and Thunder series and just the game last night goes to show SGA is bro, he deserves the reputation of being a free throw merchant. Free throws are a part of the game. I'm not saying that the Thunder are not good. I actually enjoy watching them. I hate that they had to play against my team, that being the Nuggets, but they beat them fair and square. I say fair and square. The Thunder were the much more talented team. It shouldn't have went 7 games to begin with. They should have got the Thunder up out of there in 5 games. But that speaks to the greatness of Jokic and their team, that they were able to push them boys to 7 games. I'm glad that they didn't beat the Thunder because it just wouldn't have been as fun of a series to watch, that being the Nuggets versus the Wolves, in my opinion. SGA comes down court last night, three plays in a row, failing and flopping, not even looking to score. He comes down court like 2 or 3 possessions later. He gets his 4th foul called in his favor in like a 3-minute stretch. People, this is not basketball. It's not basketball. What I found myself saying a lot of times with SGA, bro, hoop. Stop all of that stuff, bro, with the technicalities and trying to get people in foul trouble, because I'm going to tell y'all what he's doing. What SGA is doing is, because the Wolves are such an elite team defensively, SGA is recognizing that his team is struggling to score. So he's, number 1, going to slow the game down. Number 2, if he put people in foul trouble, it takes them out the game. So now you don't have as elite defenders in the game anymore. Number 3, when you have gotten 4 or 5 fouls called in your favor in 1 quarter, now you have the defense on their heels. Now you can come down court. You can do your push-offs, your step-backs, and you can pull up all in their face. Now it just looks natural. Now you just look super elite. But it's because they can't guard you, bro. Let's be clear. Even if they were guarding Shai will make a lot of those. He's an elite player, which is why I'm saying stop that, bro. The fans are watching. This isn't just Nuggets fans. This isn't just Jokic fans. This isn't just, dude. Many people, even those that are Thunder fans, are looking and saying, hey, bro, we see what you're doing. Now, I can understand if you're a Thunder fan, you like it because at the end of the day, y'all get to go to the free throw line. Y'all get to be in the bonus with 7-8 minutes left in the quarter. But dude, this is not basketball. Double standards. SGA comes down court, takes his entire forearm. This is, I believe, on his cousin, Alexander Walker. Comes down court, takes his entire forearm, bro, drives it into this man's body to remove him. A lot of NBA players push off for a step back to create space. We see it all the time. I'm not a fan of that either, no matter who's doing it. But that's level playing field across the board. I can deal with that. I can live with that. When you're SGA and you're coming down court, you're taking your entire forearm to remove a person out of your vicinity so you can get a clean layup. That's an offensive foul. You should not be able to come down and do that. And if the opposing team comes out and says, just like the Wolves coach did already, and complain about the fact that this SGA thing has gotten out of hand, bro. It's not basketball. Nobody wants to watch it. If you come down court and you just beat us by pure hooping, you force us to respect it. You force us to respect it, bro. I'm under the belief whoever comes out of the West is going to win the finals 100%. Wolves or Thunder, especially if the Thunder get there. Bro, the Thunder are so deep. Let me just say that I'm literally jealous. I'm jealous for some of my other favorite players in the league. I wish they had a deeper team. They don't have to be as deep as the Thunder. Bro, the Thunder last night literally played a gentleman. I forget his name. Forgive me. I hadn't seen play. Maybe he played in the last game against the Nuggets when they blew him out. But outside of that, I hadn't seen this dude get very many minutes in all of the playoffs. This man comes in the game last night. His 3-4 threes in a row. Goes back to the bench. They so deep, bro. They got Jay Williams. They got J-Dub. They got the other Jalen Williams. They got Chet Holmgren. They got SGA, who most of the media would tell us is going to win MVP. You got freaking, what is his name? Corey Joseph or whoever it is. You got freaking Harden, who respected him. I hope he get his money. He's probably going to be getting paid, which, by the way, whenever you watch a team like this, which reminds me of, ironic enough, same franchise, that young, Durant, Westbrook, James Harden, who I was also just speaking about, Ibaka, Kendrick. When you watch that young core, you're probably going to have a 3 to 4 year window before they get rid of that team, because too many players on their team are playing well, bro. Like, you got people coming 8, 9 people off the bench. You're the 8th, 9th man off the bench, or 3rd, 4th person off the bench, 8th, 9th person off the roster, and you're coming in playing great defense, putting up a quick 6 to 8 points in just a few minutes span. It's like, bro, this team is so good, bro, that like this is almost unheard of how deep that team is. But that's even more of the reason why it's so frustrating. Shai, stop flopping, bro. Stop. People don't want to watch that BS, man. You're not even looking to score when he come down most of the time. He's looking for fouls. Which, by the way, this play you're looking at here, when you pump fake like this is one of the most frustrating things I've seen. They made a rule, I'm pretty sure 3 or 4 years ago. The NBA came out and said, listen, I know there's been speculation over the years. We've kind of hinted at it, and we've never made it official. If I'm wrong about this, y'all hop in the comment section and let me know. I'm more than fine with being wrong, and I'll correct myself. But to my understanding, a few years ago, the NBA made an official rule. Number 1, we are 100% going to start finding people for flopping, offensively or defensively. If you're on defense, you pretend like you got hit in the face and you didn't, and we review the footage and we see that, we're finding you every single time. Can somebody tell me where that's consistently happened? I haven't seen it. I'm not saying where it's happened at all. I'm saying where is it, because we see flopping just about every game. Who calls that? How many times do people get fined for it? I haven't seen it. Number 2, if you come down court and you pump fake and somebody moves into your shooting space as you're trying to shoot the ball and they foul you, that is a foul. We're calling that a foul. What we are no longer calling a foul is whether you do a step back or you remain in the same place and just rise up to shoot the ball. If that player in front of you does not come into your shooting space, but you lean forward, that is not only not going to be called a foul, but depending on the circumstances, in some cases, we're calling it an offensive foul. Shai did that last night to Rudy Gobert. You can't lean forward. You did a great job by pump faking, because as we know, you're looking for fouls, bro. You did the right thing by pump faking. You got him off his feet. Now let him hit you as you go up. No, you lean forward. You should not be able to do that, bro. You should not be able to do that. The game is being ruined. Nobody wants to watch this BS, man. It's not. It's not because I'm biased. It's not because I have anything against SGA. I like him. He's ultra talented. If they make it to the finals, not only are the Thunder winning, he's winning finals MVP. To take that young team to the finals, to win MVP regular season, regardless if most of us feel like he don't deserve it over Jokic, to win regular season MVP and finals MVP, that's all-time great. Some people are even arguing if he accomplished this, he's put over Kevin Durant as an all-time Thunders player. And I'd have to take some time to think about that, because they may be right. That's just how much I appreciate Shai's game outside of this foul baiting BS, bro. It's so bad. Richard Jefferson, who was covering the game last night, had the nerve and audacity to say, well, it's not just his skill of being able to finish the and one. It's also the fact that he's become a high-level foul baiter. He's been able to draw fouls, bro. That's the nice way to put it.
Okay, some of it's he's losing his balance. Some of it is him knowing how to draw fouls at a high level.
Putting it the nice way. He's manipulating the game where it's hard to watch basketball games. Because what he's doing is not basketball. If you need to do that in crunch time, or not necessarily crunch time, but in moments throughout the quarter, maybe once or twice here or there because your team is struggling to score, so you're looking for something to get your team going, I think fans will respect it a little bit more because that could create some sort of momentum. When you're doing that 5, 6, 7 plays in a row, when you're doing it 20, I'm not even exaggerating, 20 times a game, what are you doing, bro? If I'm Anthony Edwards, I'm not picking up unnecessary technical fouls and taunting him, but I'll be frustrated too because everybody in the league knows it, bro. Your opponents know it. When your opponent's coaches are coming out and saying things about you, about how they're allowing you to get away with things, like their team, they foul a lot, I agree. They fouled the F out of Jokic. All last series, that's the truth. I'm not saying that the Nuggets would have beat them if they didn't get fouled as much. I could make that argument, but that's not even what I'm saying. The Thunder was the much better team from a talent perspective. But guys, the amount of times Alex Caruso, Corey Joseph, or whatever their name is, the amount of times they're able to hit your wrist, hold Jokic's jersey in the name of elite defense, oh my God, bro. I'm over it.
Oh yeah, Didi got a point.